most EVO championships, and it turned out it's actually Justin Wong. Justin Wong, he has 9. He basically, I mean, had a golden run in MVC2. I think he got like 6 championships out of MVC2. 6 EVO championships. So, dude basically was like the New England Patriots of MVC2. So I went and looked like, okay, so who has some after him? So after him is Sonic Fox. He has 7. And then the people who have 6 is like Infiltration, Daigo. Who else? You got Infiltration, Daigo.
What about Perfect Legend?
Perfect Legend has 3, according to this thing. And then you got Bass, who's the guy who had an epic run in the classic Capcom games, Alpha 3, SNK 2. He actually has one in Guilty Gear. He actually won an EVO in 2022 of this year with Vortex Gallery. He has 5. So the question was, do y'all think anybody will reach Sonic Fox? I mean, we've gotten into a new generation to where like there's more people playing. Like if you look at the EVO back in the days when Justin Wong was winning his tournaments, I mean, it's not the amount of people who's entering tournaments that you see today, you know. So it's a lot more competition. And the people who are the top dogs, like even Sonic Fox, the competition they have in like Skullgirls is just as good as them. I mean, Pin, I mean, that man a boss, you know, when it comes to Skullgirls. You know, his run at Combo Break, CEO, I think, legendary. So do y'all think anybody will reach 9? Some dude on Twitter was like, there's a little boy right now somewhere that nobody knows that's gonna be a 10-time champion, EVO champion in Project L. So but we
Jimmy
can do
Green
this
being
real quick.
519, bro.
Yeah, but we can do this real quick. Wrap it up, be the last topic. What do you think, Mr. Gaming?
I'm pretty sure I would say Sonic Fox can catch up to Justin Wong.
I thought you was gonna say you.
Nah, I mean you just gotta think about how Justin is what in his 30s and he been playing video games for a while. He got 9. Sonic is what his mid 20s, not even mid 20s, I don't think. And he's got that many already, so I think Sonic could definitely catch up to Justin. Like so, and I know you mentioned about when Justin was playing back in the day, like he didn't have a lot of people, but everybody that was playing at those tournaments, everybody was like good. So it's like it's the difference of having a large pool of players where maybe like a certain percentage of them are like really good versus playing against like a smaller pool of people where like everybody good. So it's almost like it's kind of like more weight held on Justin Wong's accomplishment. The fact that it was like everybody was so good, even though smaller players in the tournaments, versus Sonic, like yes, he's overall good. Tournaments obviously get bigger as time goes on, and there still are good players, but I definitely do think Sonic can catch Justin Wong because I mean, like I said, the time that he's done what he's done, and he still got many years ahead of him if he continue to play fighting games the way he does. So I would say Sonic Fox definitely got a chance of catching Justin.
Also, fun fact about Sonic Fox: do y'all know he's never won a combo breaker in an MK game?
Oh wow, really?
When I figured that out, I was like, that don't even sound real.
Yeah, that sounds
But
weird.
Sonic Fox has never won combo breaker in a MK game. But on you, Mr. MC Mason.
I think like definitely like Sonic Fox would be the front runner that I feel would be like because technically speaking, for being honest, like Sonic Fox, if Sonic Fox like felt like playing more than one game, he probably they probably would have um already already passed Justin Wong, I think, at this point. Like if Sonic Fox was really like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep playing like 8 games like every tournament. Like, you know, like if you would be like, okay, I'm gonna play Street Fighter, Skullgirls, and then for the sake of argument, like you did it NEC, like they did at NEC play Tekken 7, right? So Sonic Fox probably I'm not saying Sonic Fox would win all of them without a fight, but it would be kind of rough. I think like in like especially like Tekken and stuff. Even though that was a pretty I remember in NEC that was a pretty good matchup. I remember that was pretty nice. Even in what's called like in Mortal Kombat. Now in NEC, like I remember that Sonic Fox, they were trying to prove a point. I think playing as Collector that year. So it's like everybody was talking about Collector, like Collector couldn't win a tournament, and then they came in and was like they're like nah, like actually you can do that, and they almost won the tournament with Collector, like went almost all the way to like finals, and like with Collector, it's like now Sonic Fox decided they weren't trying to prove a point. What do you think would have happened? Like if they said, oh okay, I'm gonna just be serious about it and just win the tournament. I mean, they're basically playing with a handicap. So I would say, yeah, if I was going to choose a player that was closest to either matching or exceeding Justin Wong, I would say Sonic Fox, because like I said, if they decided to play like what is it? What are they at right now? Like 7? You said 7 or 6?
7. Yeah.
7? That's if they decided next EVO to play 3 games, that's it. Just like if they decided to really buckle down and be like, all right, I'm going to play and I'm going to win these games, that would probably be it, man. Like, so that's at least from what I've witnessed and what I've seen, that would be like the most like logical. Like Sonic Fox is the clear front runner for winning, like for like exceeding the amount of like EVO tournament wins that Justin Wong has.
Well, first off, I want to give respects to Justin Wong. Like for that man to be that dominant in a game, like EVO is once a year, and we know we playing double elimination games. No round robin. You lose twice, you up out of there. And for to say he did that like 5-6 times at those EVOs that MVC2 was at, I mean, my goodness, the dude just. I mean, the man had to been pressing some serious buttons. But aside of that, I think unless you just literally wake up every morning, go in stretch, go wash your face, brush your teeth, walk in the kitchen, and you open the refrigerator and you choose between your many different cups of haterade, and you sip on that very, very smoothly to start your day. I think other than that, you're gonna say Sonic Fox is probably the front runner for the catch-up. Unless you sipping on some serious, haterade and juice, laid back with your mind on hating and hating on your mind. I'm wondering how many people get that reference. but you would have to say it's Sonic Fox. But I'm sure about it. Ed Boon, his trolling self, told us that within the next 3 months we could probably expect some MK news. If that's true, I'm expecting a new NRS game is going to be out by the time August comes and EVO is here. So the one thing that Sonic Fox did this year at EVO was he was like, you know what, I'm a DQ in everything that I'm in, and I'm gonna just play Skullgirls. So he was in multiple games, and he probably could have won multiple titles, but he went on Twitter and was just like, hey, look, I really just want to focus on Skullgirls, and he won it. He could have had multiple this year. So I'm thinking if the new MK comes, that will be that motivation. They'll be like, okay, I want to win the first EVO for the new NRS game. He's gonna play Skullgirls. You know that. So he could possibly tie Justin Wong this upcoming year. Justin Wong, yes, he's in many different games, but he's also in many different games. He spreads himself thin. He's more so focused on being a content creator and stuff like that. If you go look at his EVO placings, it wasn't that high this year. And I don't think Justin Wong cares. I mean, he know at the end of the day, it's gonna be him and Sonic Fox for who's the GOAT.
He hopes.
Yeah,
he already solidified himself.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing. I mean, he got nothing else to prove.
Because his last EVO was Marvel 3, I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was like 2010.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't 2010. It was Ultimate Marvel.
Let's see.
Yeah,
you're right. 2014.
Yeah,
2014. Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be a decade and 2 years since he's won an Evo. So I think he realized he doesn't have anything to prove. So, but other than that, one person I'm hoping that could do it, if Street Fighter 6 turns out to be a game that he really, really enjoys, Daigo is at 6. And Daigo just came out and we not broke. We talked about his quote on TVFGC that he said, "Look, I'm planning on playing until I'm 70." So, it is what it is. Daigo, if Street Fighter 6 is something that he enjoys, he could possibly do it. I mean, is anybody gonna sit here and say if Daigo is one of the top tiers of the game that he can't win 3 Evos?
Yeah, like Daigo is actually like, if you ever read his book, like that guy, that guy has like a stone cold mentality, man. Like that guy is hyper focused, because it's somebody who basically grew up like as playing fighting games. Like he grew up like doing that, and now it's like, yeah, of course I'm gonna be doing it till I'm 70. I'm like, man, like grandmaster status, dude, because that's serious business, bro. Like to really, number one, because remember when fighting with video games before like the advent of like esports and stuff like that, even during the beginning of like the advent of esports, everybody would just talk about like fighting games like it's like any video game is like a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Why are you wasting your time playing video games? You should be outside doing XYZ, playing football, playing tag with your friends, getting into trouble, what have you. And now it's kind of like, nah, man, like this is like you imagine like so like being hyper focused on wanting to be the best at a fighting game and having everybody tell you that it's a waste of your time. That like you'd be better off doing anything else other than what you're doing, getting hardly any support. So yeah, I mean, now that you mentioned that, yeah, I think like Daigo would definitely be a good somebody who would definitely be good in the running for something like that. I think I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Especially,
also, one last person, a lot of people, hate him at this point because we all know, the
oh yeah,
situation that he was in and stuff like that. But Infiltration, he has 6. And we know that Infiltration is a person that has a lot of variety in the games he plays. I mean, he won one in the main, he won his titles in the main Street Fighters, Street Fighter Cross Tekken, in his last one. So you might say it's made by Capcom, but that's still like a different type field game.
right.
So Project L is a game in the future that he could be in. And also his last Evo that he won it was either this year or last year, but it was Samurai Showdown.
Oh yeah.
I
So
didn't know you played that.
yeah, his last Evo was Samurai Showdown. So he has a lot of variety in his bag, as the young folks would say. To where I mean, he definitely could get 3 more Evos.
Yeah.
So it's a couple people, but I think if you had to put your money on it, people say Sonic Fox.
Yeah.
So anybody else got anything to add before we move on?